and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean. Tonight's top stories, we go to Mon Bijou, where there was a shooting yesterday afternoon. The victim was found by his neighbor. News Channel 8's Wes Small reports.
Yesterday in the Mon Bijou neighborhood, a neighbor went to check on his friend at around 1 o'clock in the afternoon and found that he was suffering from 2 gunshot wounds to his upper body. The victim, approximately 34 years of age, has since undergone surgery. What makes this story a little sketchy is that apparently no one heard gunshots because the neighbor just went to check on his friend, and we don't know how long the person was there suffering from those wounds. I got that information from Melody Rames earlier. So far, like I said, the victim has undergone surgery. We know that he was shot at least twice in his upper body. Again, that's in the Mon Bijou area. And so if you know anything about that crime, then you should call 778-2211 or 911. And also don't forget about that cell phone 911 connection, which I believe is 772-9111. Also, you could call Crime Stoppers 1-800-222-TIPS or 1-800-222-8477. Right now, that's all we have. A man in Mon Bijou in very serious condition as he was shot twice in his upper body at his home in Mon Bijou. He was discovered by his neighbor. At Anselmo Marshall Command at Basin Triangle, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. And Channel 8 News did try to get a hold of the Juan Luis Hospital to find the status of this young man. No reply has been answered. On St. Thomas, several people have gone missing. News Channel 8's Lee Carl brings us that report, as well as some sad news about the loss of another Virgin Islands senator.
Police on St. Thomas are still looking for some missing people. The St. Thomas St. John Chief Rodney Carrard is asking the community's assistance in finding 4 persons who have been reported missing by the family over the past year. One of them, Gerard Arthur Nicholas and Penny Louise January, reported missing, you may recall, back in May of 2008 after disappearing from the state Bordeaux. They were last seen heading to Botany Bay on that date, and according to the second person, police confirmed that Nicholas informed a neighbor he was taking January to see the ocean before she returned to the mainland. Karen Wetsey, reported missing by her father January 16th after she failed to call or make contact with her family since November of 2008. She was last seen on St. Thomas by friends sometime before Thanksgiving. Knut Joseph, reported missing by a family member February 19th. He failed to make contact with the family since October of 2008, last seen on St. Thomas in October 2008. The chief says anyone with any information on this, call the regular police numbers or 715-5548. You can call 911. Of course, you can also call Crime Stoppers at USDI at 1-800-222-8477, which turns out to be tips. A sad note, another one of the icons of the Virgin Islands legislature and the Virgin Islands, John Maduro, passed away at his home. Apparently a stroke. The information is sketchy at this time, but he had been to the hospital after suffering a stroke and then returned home. And last night the reports were he succumbed to the stroke that they took him to the hospital, pronouncing him dead. We will have additional information for you a little later. In St. Thomas, Lee Carl for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Lee. That's sad news to report. And News Channel 8's condolences to the Maduro family. Also, this comes on the wing of losing Elmo Roebuck Sr., another former Virgin Islands senator. Our condolences go to the Roebuck family as well. And now it's time for your union update. Here's Shalima Joseph.
Well, we haven't been with Miss Shalima Joseph, union representative, for quite a while, so we want to keep you updated. And there's a very important meeting, we understand, for the St. Croix office, at least, this Friday. And thank you, Miss Joseph, for sharing that with us tonight.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. Union Members in Action will be having a meeting here on St. Croix, March 27, 2009. And we've been encouraging all public employees who pay union dues to UIW-SIU to come out to this very important meeting. It's going to be at 6 o'clock p.m. at number 4 Waterpana Mall, which is right across from Plaza East. So please be out there. To just give the public a brief update as it relates to the PERB and the decertification of the union UIW-SIU. As of January, PERB made a decision which was not in our favor, in which they have denied us the decertification of the union, and we are looking into getting that addressed, and we've already contacted the legislature, so we're hoping that a hearing will be scheduled. But for more detailed information, we're encouraging the public employees, because you are the ones who are affected by this, to come out again to this important meeting at 6:00 p.m. this Friday.
Okay, so that's about it with all the updates. And with these hard times in the economic climate, with people losing their jobs, I guess these decisions are very, very important, aren't they?
Yes, it's very important.
All right. Thank you very much. And News Channel 8 will keep you updated on all the union movements in the future. With Shalima Joseph, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. And hot chili is coming up after the break. Stay with us on News Channel 8. Welcome back to News Channel 8, and now it's time for your Tuesday Caribbean Report. In Tortola, the BVI's, the British Virgin Islands Prime Minister Ralph O'Neill has welcomed the head of the UK Government Independent Review of British Offshore Finance Centuries, Michael Foote, and his team from the UK Treasury. The team is in the territory to hear firsthand the BVI's government's views on the review. Also in Road Town, the British Virgin Islands will be visited by the British Foreign and Commonwealth Officer Minister Gillian Murrian earlier next month. Murrian, who is appeared to oversee the British Overseas Department of Territories in the next 6 months, will visit the British Virgin Islands on April 7th and 9th. And in Havana, Cuba, Vince Henderson, Dominican Minister of the Foreign Affairs, Immigration and Labor, ratified his country's support of Cuba and thanked the Cubans for their assistance in the Dominican Sisters and Brothers. He refers to the hundreds of Dominicans who have become professionals in Cuban universities. In St. John, Antigua, on Sunday, a joint operation between 3 agencies, namely the Office of Drug and Money Laundering Control Policy, the Royal Antigua and Barbuda Police Force, and the Antigua and Barbuda Defense Force Coast Guard, results in the seizure of cash and drugs. And on St. John in Antigua, the leader of the Antiguan Labor Party, Lester Bird, has responded to the Prime Minister Baldwin Spencer's Sunday night radio broadcast and said his party has the country and its people at heart and would give critical support to the government and help them to keep the country afloat.